Is Fumi Bishopwe, the Executive Director of Home and Street Kids Welfare Initiative, HSKI. HSK is an NGO that caters for the needs of the street-connected children. And I'm also the proprietress of the Oasis Academy. So the Oasis Academy is a free school, a special school for the children, for the street-connected children, where we help them nurture their gifts and their talents to make sure they become all what God wants them to become, so that they can help, stop the circle of poverty in their families. So I'm here today to talk about something that happened to me exactly 8 years ago. So when I came to Ilorin in 2014, I started with 8 children, 8 street-connected children, from some of them from Niger, from Mali, definitely from Nigeria. But on the 1st of February 2015, I got a call from home. It was on a Sunday that my mom was involved in an accident, and she died immediately. So the following day, which was on 2nd, I was at home, and with my siblings, we went to the mortuary for 2.5 hours, singing and praising God that mommy will wake up. But mommy did not wake up. But then a reality dawned on me that death is inevitable. Death is the end of every human being. But then I pray we all live long. It would have been a normal thing, like okay, people die, but then our death came as negligence of someone, because a woman was making call while she was driving, and she ran into my mom. So most of the time when we lose our loved ones, we're looking for someone to point to. We're looking for someone to blame, even if it's natural death. Now, how much more when there's an obvious reason to blame somebody? But then God taught me that instead of me putting my anger on an individual, that I should rather make use of the anger and pour it on the work that I'm doing. And I remember then in January that year, the last conversation I had with my mom, because January that year was the first time they got to know that I was in Ilorin, because I came to Ilorin in October, and January I went home and I was showing dad and mom my pictures, the pictures of the children as they were coming into classes and going out from assembly, leaving the assembly into their classes. I thought they were going to be happy for me, because this is what had been my dream since forever. But daddy asked me a question. He said, who is paying their school fees? He said, are they paying? I said, no, that they are not paying. He said, what about their parents? I said, we are even the one, trying to get their parents on their feet and all of that. And daddy just walked out. He didn't say anything, just his reaction showed everything. It was like, so all the years you spend in the university is a waste, because I don't know how this take care of you. But I remember that day, because mommy too left the sitting room, but mommy came back, and mommy came and sat in where I was, and she sat down beside me, and she said something. She said, Christiana, because that's what they call me at home. She said, do you know that it's 2 of us that has the same vision? Because mommy was an evangelist. She was a founder of a church before she passed on. So she was like, if I continue with this thing that I'm doing, taking care of the street-connected children and all of that, that a time is coming that people will appreciate me for not quitting, And then she started telling me about her church and all of that. And because they were working on their permanent site, so she told me that myself and my younger sister should go check up on them and see how far she had gone and all of that. So I promised her. So the following morning before I woke up, mommy had gone out. So I told my younger sister, we went to the site, we saw everybody. The church members were happy to see us. We went to see some of them in their homes, because they live very close to the church. And I called mommy that, okay, mommy, it was such an experience and all of that. So she was happy. And I traveled back to Ilorin. My younger sister traveled back to Lagos. And that was the last heart-to-heart conversation I had with mommy. That was in January. She died February 1st. So I came back to Ilorin after, I accepted that, okay, mommy is gone. I came back to Ilorin and I told myself that if death is the end of everybody, then I'm going to cheat death. I'm going to make sure I pour my heart into this thing that I'm doing. I'm going to make sure I make use of my hunger. I'm going to make sure I do everything in my capacity to give the life that I really hope these children are going to have. I'm going to make sure I give it to them. And now we have 72 children in the system. And not just that, 2 Saturdays ago, we clocked 1 year that we'll be going to a juvenile prison here in Kwara State, Brostad Training Institution. That's like a juvenile correctional home. And this year, because we started that one last year, January 21st, and this year we decided to extend to the state-owned remand home. You know, and anytime I speak with the boys, there's this joy of fulfillment, seeing the transformation happening in them, because I know that I have just this life to live. And instead of me to pour my heart, my life into being hungry with someone that was negligent and all of that, I chose to do better with my life. I chose to maximize the hunger and pour it into things that are bigger than me. And today, Mommy is 8 years gone, and I look at the decision I made on that day, and I'm so proud of it, because even if the woman that ran into my mom is dead today, it won't give me this kind of joy that I have today, because I realize that true happiness is not about what I gain for myself, it's about what I do to people. When I see them being happy, when I see them being fulfilled and being, achieving their purpose, it gives me fulfillment. And that is it. So today, I say Happy New Month to all my friends, my family, our partners and friends, and it's a memorial day for me and my family. It's a solemn day for us. Every 1st February, we always remember Mommy, but then not into sadness, because as Christian, we believe Mommy is with God, she's in a better place. And then I'm so happy, because I don't know how it is in heaven if they see what we do here on earth, but then I'm keeping to the promise of telling you I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.